do here right now is I'm going to write out the numbers vertically then. I'm going to say T1 equals 3, T2 equals 4, T3 equals 6, T4 equals 9. Okay, so can someone explain to me then how I get T2? What's the expression for T2? Want to go ahead?
T1 plus 1.
T1 plus 1, good. Great, can somebody else tell me what the expression for T3 is, please? Go ahead, Bill. T2 plus 2. So I think we sort of have a pattern here, right? So this should hopefully be T3 plus 3. As soon as you do, Luke, ready? As soon as you do a few of these, you can see a pattern. It looks like a pattern is developing, okay? So if I were to ask you what T10 was, what would T10 be? T9 plus 9. So it looks to me like we have a pattern for how it's going to work. Now the question is, in general, how can I write that? How can I write that? Luke, go ahead.
Tn is equal to Tn minus 1 plus 1.
Close. So Tn equals Tn minus 1. You said plus Tn minus 1?
No, plus 1 times Tn minus 1.
No. Plus n minus 1. Okay, now just the reason it's different than what you're saying here, because this subscript, this number here, is the same as the subscript, right? Okay, right? So if you were to say plus n minus 1, well, this doesn't necessarily have to be the same number, okay? So the subscript 9 is the same as the number. The subscript n minus 1 then has to be added to the number on the right. Okay? Of course, we're only at 2 marks out of 3 on this question.
T1
is equal to 3. Okay, let's give a few more here. Example 4. I have 2 more examples, and I'm going to stop. Okay. There is an awesome pattern. Okay, instead of yawning away here, Jennifer, what we should be doing is struggling with this question. Were you here yesterday?
Yeah.
Did you have a happy day off?
I did.
I have here. Maybe I'll start with what the pattern is, because this is going to be possible without a pattern. Does anyone see what the pattern is here? Does anyone get a pattern for this? Luke, go ahead.
Something multiplied by 3.
Sort of. Because, well, that works until the last one, and I get 27 over 4, right?
Yeah, mine there's a times by 3.
Anyone see what this is?
Times.
Once I give it away, you guys are all going to groan, so if you promise not to groan.
Yeah.
Okay, this is like Fibonacci, but better. What's 1/2 times 3 equal to? 1/2 times 3 is?
4.5.
Let's do the fractions here. 1.5, which is 3 over 2. What's 3 times 3 over 2 going to equal? 9 over 2, good. Whoever said that. What's 3 over 2 times 9 over 2? 27 over 4. Okay? So you see what I did there for the pattern? That's the pattern I made up. All right? So with that pattern, you guys should take it from there. So if you missed what I said there, so the 2 terms, the 2 previous terms multiplied together equals the 3rd term. All right? So this, I think, is impossible to do without a recursive sequence. I don't think you can make a linear. I don't think you can make an equation on that. So take a second. With that hint, you guys should all do this. Hopefully, no problem. Okay? So I'm going to pause the video. You can do it. I'm going to slow down here then. All right. So for these questions here, all right, we need to write down. We need to get the starting points. We already know what the pattern is. What's the pattern going to be again? Good. So Tn, so I'm going to say multiply the 2 previous terms. That's all I'll write down in English. So Tn equals Tn minus 1 times Tn minus 2. Very good. Now again, he will lose 1 mark on his test for this.
Oh,
He'll be upset.
I forgot the last one. Then T1 equals 1/2.
You're still losing half a mark.
And then T2 minus 3.
Okay, now the reason you need that, and this is why I prefer that people actually write it out in full, okay, because by writing out this in full, you can see, well, okay, T1 is 1/2, T2 is equal to 3, T3 equals 3 over 2, which equals T1 times T2, T4 equals 9 over 2, which equals T2 times T3. You can clearly see if you write it out like this, Matt, you can clearly see that this starts at T3, so T1 and T2 will be given. Okay, right? If you just try and do that in your head like this, it'll still be right, but it's very easy to mix things up. Okay. Do I have time for one more?
No.
Just pack it out or stop here. Okay. If you're somebody who's gotten, I don't want to get enough to hear this. All right, I'm going to give you my